Abby Smyers here in the great western wild west state of Montana, and today I'm cooking up some Cowgirl calzones for you with our delicious Philadelphia cream cheese. So we're going to get hopping. We're going to get started. What I've done first is I put a little olive oil in this pan, and I've got it on about medium-high heat, and we're going to throw in a half a cup of chopped white onions. And I'm going to saute those with 2 tablespoons of garlic. So I'm going to get in here and start this up, and I'm going to saute the garlic and onion in olive oil for about 3 to 5 minutes, or until the onions are translucent. Alright, y'all. Now, this has been sauteing for about 3 minutes, and it already smells heavenly. So I'm going to throw in a pound of my ground meat. You can use any kind of meat you like. You can use ground beef, venison, buffalo, but I'm going to use turkey to try to make this a little bit leaner. Now, calzones are a cousin of pizza. And most of you guys are going to think pizza's from Italy. Why is she wearing a cowgirl hat and calling it a Cowgirl calzone? Well, what I've done with this recipe is I'm going to add some secret western ingredients. We are going to kick this up a notch because I'm going to be adding some barbecue sauce, some Worcestershire sauce, and some hot sauce. And it is going to be so good. You guys are not going to believe this. So I'm going to finish sauteing up this meat, and then I'm going to saute it for about 7 more minutes. All right. We have got some steam going, and this meat is looking divine and smelling even better. Now, before I add the sauce in, I'm going to add some salt and pepper. So I'm going to grind a few grains of salt. I want to season the meat before I put all that sauce in here. So we start with a really good base. I'm going to add a few pinches of salt for luck. We all need a little bit of luck. But not with this recipe. This is locked in. Okay, meat is perfect. Now I've got a jar of tomato sauce, my favorite, and I'm going to use all but just a teeny bit. About a cup I'm going to reserve, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that later. And then I'm going to add 1/3 cup of barbecue sauce. Oh yeah. You guys, this smells so good in here. We are going to be adding a tablespoon of Worcestershire. I'm going to just measure that out right over. Perfect. And then we're also going to add a tablespoon of your favorite hot sauce. I love Valentino's hot sauce, but you can use whatever hot sauce works the best for you. And I'm going to add a little bit more because I like things spicy. Okay. Now that is perfect. Now I'm going to turn down my heat a little bit because now it just needs to simmer all together. And I'm just going to stir all of this in. Alright, and now comes our secret ingredient. There's actually 2 of them. First of all, we're going to use 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese, and this is going to create that really silky, smooth, cheesy consistency to our calzone. So we're going to get this working and get that all mushed in. And then, because I love things spicy, we're going to add a teaspoon of chili flakes. And like I said, if you don't want it really hot, you don't have to use those, but me and my family love things hot. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And then I'm just going to mix this all together. Ooh, it's smelling so good. And this is probably going to take 2 minutes. So hang tough, and then we'll see what it looks like. Alright, now look at how that Philadelphia cream cheese just melted right in there. Oh, and it smells so good and creamy. Now, it's just been a couple of minutes, and I want to thicken this up, so I'm taking a big, heaping couple of tablespoons of tomato paste. And I'm going to incorporate that tomato paste in here and then let it simmer for about 10 minutes just so that the flavors all meld together. All right, cowgirls and cowboys, we are about to build the calzone now. The sauce cooked, if you can get in here and see this, the sauce cooked for another 10 minutes just to thicken up, and now it is just oozing flavor and creaminess from all of that barbecue sauce and Worcester sauce paired with that decadent Philadelphia cream cheese. It is smelling so good. So now we're going to build the calzone. Instead of using a thick crust, I've decided to take a leaner Cowgirl approach. We're going to be using phyllo. So what we're going to do is I've got about 3 sheets of phyllo here, and I've sprayed both sides with olive oil cooking spray. And then to get the right proportions, I'm going to fold it and just make a square out of it. And I'm going to make sure that this is sprayed real good. I'm using my olive oil cooking spray, which is another one of those genius cooking ideas. It is so helpful in the kitchen. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spoon about a half a cup of my sauce right here in the corner. Just a teeny bit more, and it smells so good. And there is nothing that's better with cream cheese and tomato sauce in a calzone than black olives. So I'm going to sprinkle some black olives on top. And then you gotta have some really good mozzarella cheese. So I've got some really good shredded Kraft mozzarella cheese that I'm gonna put on top. And then I'm just gonna fold this cute little Cowgirl calzone over it. I'm just gonna press it down a little. And I want the edges to sort of meet in the middle. And then I'm gonna spray the top. And then as delicately as I can, I'm going to transfer this to my cookie sheet. All right. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. And then you just sort of pinch down the sides. And it's okay if it's not totally perfect here. All right. Now, we're going to top it with a little bit of salt. And I've preheated my oven to 325 degrees. I'm going to salt the top. And then, of course, you got to put a little bit more cheese. So we're going to put a teeny bit more cheese on top. And then I'm going to bake these in the oven at 325 for 25 minutes. So I'm popping them in and come back and check out how delicious these Cowgirl calzones are. All right. Now, I just took this out of the oven. And it smells so good. And doesn't it just look beautiful with that flaky, gorgeous phyllo crust and that creamy, tangy, wild, outrageous Western calzone. And now what we're going to do is, remember when I reserved that 1 cup of tomato sauce? I am just going to ladle some of that tomato sauce right over the top, just to give it that extra bit of gooiness that we're looking for. And I'm going to sprinkle a teeny bit of cheese. And that looks good enough to eat. So I'm going to take my fork, and I'm going to get right on in here in the middle. This is Cowgirl style. And I am going to take a bite of this calzone, and we're going to see just how good this is. I think we're all going to approve. It's so creamy and so delicious, and it's got that heat of the wild, outrageous West. And here is our Cowgirl calzone. So get in your kitchen and make yourself one of these. Cheers. Till next time.